I should have had a thing running that's saying that we were coming, but we were running a little bit late, and it was my fault because I forgot some deadlines that I had to do. But hello for people who are here and are going to be here later on and watching us, or are on Twitter watching us there. My name is Lee. I am here with Coffee. You guys know us. You know what we do. Today we're going to just kind of, it's been like an AI revolution the past 2 weeks. And so instead of doing projects, we're kind of back at where were we at before, where we're just like playing with the new tools and learning new things and figuring them out. And Coffee, you've done some really cool stuff this week just on your own. And so we thought that maybe we would take a little bit of time to look at that. And then if we have time, we'll take a look at Krea, because I got some access today, though I was just talking to them on Twitter, and they were saying that they're going to be doing some like server stuff at like 6:30. So they might be kaboomed out, but they said they might try and do something for us to try to make sure that it works. But we'll see. If it doesn't work, we can do it next week. We can look at Deforum instead. There's just so many things.
Well, should we, given that, 6:30 you said, right? So maybe we
so
get
it's like
a 15
only
minute
10
video.
minutes from now anyway. So I was kind of like, there's not going to be really enough time. I mean, maybe
should we just do a quick jump in for 10 minutes?
Because I don't, and then we can come back to it.
Yeah, let's do that, because I have no idea how the thing works. I signed up, but I didn't get access.
Really quick overview. Yeah. So let me get it open and share my screen. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Window share. So I was playing with it a little bit already. So it has 2, and I really need to get my Wacom set up to make this like better. It would be like really cool to be to play with it in a thing. Though apparently you can hit an external screen too, and I haven't played with that. But so there's 2 things. So there's basically just like this basic thing that you can like draw crap on, right? And then you could do like a portrait, or then you do your prompt here, and it kind of goes as prompt. So let's just clear. Is there a way to clear?
So this is on the website, and that's where you're drawing on?
Yeah, but you can draw, like, I guess if I do this, well, let's just show this first. So on the website, you can draw on it. And I thought there was a clear screen. You can place another image. I don't see the clear screen button.
Because the first time I kind of saw this was, I guess his name is Martin Nebelon.
I guess I'll delete it all.
I don't even know if he was doing that with Krea, though. I think he was using the real time.
Yeah, so some people have figured out a way to do it like locally, which I also want to learn how to do. And I think Dave or somebody, I don't remember who I was talking to this morning, and was like trying to walk me through it. And I was like, I can't figure it out. I don't have time, but maybe they can come on and like walk us through it at another time. But like, you basically just, I'm trying to start from scratch here.
I mean, so like how, I mean, this looks amazing. How does it feel using it?
It's like, it's cool, but my only like thing against it right now is that it's I can't use my Wacom tablet isn't working that well on it.
Oh, right. So you're literally like doing MS Paint with a mouse.
Basically, yeah, right? Basically, and it's like going real crappy. But like, so you know, let me try it with my mouse. But like, yeah, so you can do a couple things where you can like make shapes. So I'll make a shape, you know, and I'll make like a little head. Oh, and she's got a weird little head. And I just have close up of a woman in a hood. I guess I gave her a sword. I don't know, but so I could give her a sword, you know, with a paintbrush, and you change the color. I don't know where the color change thing went. There it is. Yeah. Up here. And then you just kind of like let's, I don't know, give her a sword, a grace. Oh no. Oh, well, that works too.
And I see that there's some buttons on the side for like cinematic illustrations. Does that just add a
yeah,
prompt?
it
Like
kind of
a like
adds like a what do you call it? Like a styling, yeah, to
oh
it.
I
So
can
say if I put illustration on, and then, you know, I could give her like a hood, and then this would be, I could change the color of this to something a little bit darker,
do
maybe.
you
And then
do
that's
you
like her
remember
face in the hood, and then
yeah. Do you remember like maybe 2 years ago when Nvidia had that canvas thing?
yeah, it's very much like that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Except you can add the text prompting, so that's like that whole other layer on top of it, right?
yeah,
Oh
so you add
wow.
text prompting on top, and then let's say I want to go here, and we can draw like a tree. Ugh, it keeps changing. It's like not. It's, you know, it's got some.
Right, right. Well, I
Ooh,
mean,
it gives her. I like that.
yeah. That's that's cool.
And then like, I don't know what this is.
Well, and so what's doing the style right now? Is it just kind of like a default thing? It's deciding it's a painting because it doesn't seem to be in your prompt at all.
Yeah, it's none of my prompt, but I have it hit on illustration.
Oh, okay. So do you think like what happens if you click on cinematic? Does it just change right away and your prompt's the same?
Yeah, it changes right away. So now this is cinematic. I mean, I don't know what's quite different about it. This,
Right.
uh, you know, I'm trying to make a tree. uh, Make it a little browner, I guess.
This is so mind-blowing. I mean, obviously I love the thing you did with the dog. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's like a whole. Oh, it's gonna make it a. Oh, let me just get rid of the sword part.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because this is just such a really interesting way to like edit the images as you go. And I think a
yeah,
lot of people,
exactly. So I like, you know, when it's giving her a weird face, I guess, and
yeah,
the,
yeah.
you know, so like, and then if I maybe if I do this,
I
and
am kind
then
of curious what happens when you put in like a finished image as the input. Like, how would it interpret
probably
that?
just like a. I mean, I really fucked it up with this face that I could probably
Right,
fix
right.
uh, by changing the color of. How do I do it? Oh, I select it and I can make it, you know, pseudo skin colored.
You know, well, look at that. You know, but it's so funny because some part of me wonders, like, is our children's drawings going to be a thing of the past now?
Yes, kids can just come in here and do this, I guess.
Yeah, like that's going to be their kids' drawings. They'll be like, "Oh, look, I did this Mona Lisa," or like, this really
Yeah,
like high level stuff. And I'm just so curious, like, how's that going to change their perception of what's even possible? I mean, it's just like such a crazy thing to think about. Like, if I was a kid and I had access to this, like, how quickly I would start thinking about content just so differently. Like, you could just
yeah,
make a comic book just right out of the gate, you know?
yeah. There she is.
Look at that.
She's got a
Wow.
she's got a thing.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
back and forth.
So,
So
so there's
then
not like, yeah.
you can
Oh,
do
there's a webcam.
a webcam too. Yeah. So then that's me. And then I
Yeah.
guess.
What?
Oh, look at me. I'm fancy. Oh, you know. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, you look so good with the druid vibes there.
Too. I'm like a druid. I'm in the forest.
Yeah,
You
you commune with
know,
trees, you
I'm in
talk
the
to animals.
trees.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So that's the webcam, I guess, kind of thing. I
Right.
just I was trying to do it with my dog, which it didn't work quite as well, but it actually gets the hands pretty good.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
like
I don't
some.
know if like it's hard on me. It'll like So now it's coloring.
Oh, now it's
that's sunlight. What I thought was really interesting. It like turns sometimes it'll turn white stuff into like sunlight.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So you can almost like change change your lighting by just like holding up a. Oh no!
Whoa!
It's reading that it's a piece of paper. Oh, there we go. That's like a fun. Oh, look
I wonder if
like a druid with. Look, I'm just a druid showing my painting that I did.
It's Inception, right? Because it's like that's like the input image.
Yeah, that's
hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah, I wonder if this stuff's gonna get to like even if you double the speed of this, like just some interesting stuff starts happening with like video and like, you know what I mean? Like the kinds of stuff you can make.
So then you can do it. Oh god. Whoa. So I just shared my screen.
Whoa! Is it going in?
I shared my screen and my screen is this unfortunately. So let me I'll switch it.
Oh, so what is this?
Share your screen. So if I went and I was like, I want to go into Photoshop.
Right. I mean, this is even interesting that it's doing that with your desktop apps and stuff.
Yeah. So I could go to Photoshop, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to see what happens if I could share like actual 3D stuff. I know some people were doing that with Blender.
Yeah, so some people can do it like with Blender.
Oh man, stuff's just gonna get. Yeah, it has been a crazy week. Like this is getting released and all this other stuff. Like it just feels like I have to rethink.
So it's got like the full. It's got like the whole thing on it. So I'm not quite sure.
That's kind of meta that you're using. That you could use GenFill to make the input, and then.
Well, that's what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, so I was like, but it's weird that it's not like the share screen. Let me try again. Maybe I need to do just a window. Well, no, because then it shares like the full. I don't know how to make it just share just share the app, you know, as opposed to.
Oh, just Photoshop, yeah.
You know, because now it's showing my full.
Right.
Photoshop thing as opposed to just like the canvas, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, can't you press like F or something like that?
Oh, is that how you do it? Tab F or something?
Yeah, I forget the exact hotkey, but then I don't know how that's gonna interfere.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
But then I need to like brush. So I don't know. But like, I don't know how to get rid of it now. Oh, there we go. How do I?
Oh, even that's interesting.
That is interesting. I mean, you can do some like really cool stuff. So like, what if I was like abstract painting of a woman in a bar with a cigarette?
Wow.
And like, there she goes.
This is a little intimidating because it's almost like too much freedom or too many options to like consider.
Yeah.
And it's like I'd have to sit down and do like some more constrained projects to start building like some kind of intuition for like what creating in this could even look like.
Yeah. Canvas bigger or something, and then just like zoom in on it.
It'd be interesting to try and make like a comic book this way and just have the panels laid out.
Yeah. It's interesting how it like does the.
Yeah, that's cool. I like what that is. Wow, these are already pretty, like, I like how it's hiding the eyes.
Yeah, you know, it's like really interesting. You can do, you know, and then you like bring in a paintbrush. what else would you do? Like color wise, maybe.
How does it handle? Do you think it does anything with feathering? Like if you have like not the hard lines?
Yeah, probably. So like do it much more make it much softer and do a brush.
Yeah, retropunk. It's mind blowing. Like it's like I have to sit down and like think about what I'm looking at. Oh, I love the nose straw. Wow. Yeah, I guess it's not necessarily responding to the feathering exactly.
Yeah, it's not. It's more just like where the coloring is and
Yeah, yeah.
but it's pretty interesting.
And it's just wild to think like how it's even working because it's just like making the face properly when there's not, it's just
yeah, there's no because it'll do it if you have just like a blank thing, as you can see, it'll try to just like do it anyway, you know. So it's trying to just make the basic woman at a bar look. It just made it like a lighting in the background instead of or like like a window or something, and then you like
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know
retropunk. We were just talking about kids' drawings being gone, but if it's not something that's real, like a kid could draw like some crazy stuff, maybe there's something to doing kids' drawing as a choice. Like
oh yeah, 100%.
it might become like a weird thing where it's just like, and maybe it's no longer just kids doing it on purpose that way. It could be adults making kids' drawings as just like some kind of artistic statement about like the childhood we've lost because of some of these techniques. Oh, I love how like those streaks just became highlights in her hair or
Yeah,
reflections. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into the real-time local stuff and see if I can get it connected to just other interfaces. Because this just seems so.
it's just really interesting and unique and fun, and like playing with the colors and stuff, and then adding stuff on. And like, look at this, is so weird. Like my screen pops this up, and it like makes it look like that, it
Yeah,
almost looks like
that's what augmented reality ads are gonna look like in the
yeah,
future.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be talking
And
to you,
then
and then ads are gonna pop up around my friends.
like, well, I don't know. Then you can just change it to like something completely different. Oh, and I have it on like cinematic too, so that's really different now. If I put it on
What is what is
illustration,
what's
bloom.
what is that bloom? What is that?
I don't know.
That's interesting. And product, does it
Product, I
turn
guess
her?
it's for like more like for cars or something.
These all look very painterly. I wonder
They
why
are
that
very
is.
paint. I mean, I have
Oh, because
painting
you,
in there, and I
yeah,
don't, and like the quality isn't great. I'm not quite sure why it's like kind of low quality, but
right.
uh,
And I think there's other sort of
oh, but I like this. Look at this abstract. When I go to illustration, it really leans into the thing of abstract painting that I put in here.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I think there's also like other platforms that are going to start trying to implement this. I think there's already one. I forget the name of it. Um, but they're putting that out.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's what that is. Just
Yeah, I know. That's really cool. I'll check that out. Is there anything other than the webcam? It's just like sharing the screen, the webcam, and that
yeah, so
canvas
you
that
can
they have for
share a
you.
screen or you can do the webcam. I'm not quite sure how the people sharing the screen that I saw on Twitter were like sharing just their because I'm doing it. You said exactly what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do like this basically, and then I can paint in it. And how it's getting cat from that, but
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's just like really
red
wild.
and kind of got it. I still see the cat that I painted. Its head's over here.
It's funny how like close to magic this is.
I
Like
know.
why is a cat appearing from that? Like that's crazy. Oh, that's fun. Oh man, that's so wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, when I get access, I'm definitely going to be playing with this and trying it
Yeah.
out with like
It is
3D
very
stuff.
fun. It's really addicting to just like
What do
watch
you,
it. I could see
yeah.
like just watching YouTubers. Just it's like one of those things that's uh what do you call it? Like those really satisfying um YouTube videos where they just have like production lines and it's just like really satisfying to watch or something. Like it's just really satisfying to watch like people doing it.
What?
Oh, you can go play for free for 20 minutes, and it didn't blow up on us while we were doing it. Maybe that was the thing that they were doing.
So in terms of free, like, is there a price structure for that?
Not at the moment. Not at the
Okay.
moment. I'm
So
sure
yeah,
there
it's
will
it's
be at some point, which is why I also was like, I want to look at the thing. But and they're actually this is just like an app of theirs. They're kind of like if you go to their let me show. So they also have the AI patterns thing. And it was interesting because I saw something else. Oh, it's not on here anymore. Oh, apps. They got a anime dim coming down the line.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, but they got illusions out of it. And then if you go to their home or
Has Korea been around for a while?
yeah,
Like
it's
I'm
been around
not.
for a while. So it's like it actually has this thing, studio projects, and like that's what it actually has been for a while. And this is like just like your basic like generator with a canvas.
Wait, maybe I do remember Korea, but like
Yeah.
it's been a minute since I.
So it's kind of like Invoke a little bit, I guess. It's just like a really easy like UI with a generator with a canvas that you can do some stuff on
Yeah.
uh, and like makes certain stuff. But then yeah, this like app thing that they just added was this one, the real time generation thing,
Yeah.
and
Because I
it
think.
had them blow up because people were like really excited to play with it.
Yeah, because I think if I'm remembering, I think Korea used to have like that feed, right? Like they used to have like a grid and all that stuff.
Yeah, they have a grid, but I went like they have a gun here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
All right.
I saw some nudies on there, so I can't do that. We can't show it on our stream, not the nudies.
Stream. We're here for the grandmamas and the
But
little
anyway,
babies.
yeah, it's like I could just stream like playing with that all day. It's like very visual ASMR. I don't even know, but
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we can talk a bit about Comfy. Um, have you got a chance to play with the LCM Auras at
no,
all?
no, I haven't gotten a chance to play with it at all. So I don't know if maybe you should just. I also can't get
Yeah.
out of Photoshop. Okay, there we go.
Right. I think the easiest thing to do would be to try and send you a workflow in the Discord.
Okay, let me
Because I was just
do that and let me run get
because I was just talking to
running
a ring.
Orangorillatan.
Yeah, I stumbled over the name.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I was answering some questions for him about the workflow, and I sent them something. Let me see. Did you get it? Am I crazy? Did
Hold
this
on,
upload to
I'm
you?
just trying to start up Comfy in the first place. Let me get it running, and then you Discorded it to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know if you see it or not. Just the workflow.
I have to find our. I don't think I see it. You sent it in.
And it was the oh wait, am I just do I have to send it? Okay, maybe
Oh,
I just sent it now.
yes, got it.
Uh, okay, great.
All right, so download
So
that.
yeah, I'm opening up my Comfy. And yeah, this is kind of like just the workflow I had. Um, and you
Okay.
can share your screen and let me know if this
Yeah,
makes
let me
sense and
share
if you
the
want to try.
screen. Da, 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 da.
So yeah, I think well, once you see it,
Okay. All right. Fabulous.
So I think the only, it's just an animate diff thing, but I just added the LCM LoRa and a big control net section.
Okay, cool. So you got load image.
Yeah, I was doing from load video.
Load video,
Yeah.
I mean, upload path, this, animate diff nodes. Yes, this is like basically the one that I said. Where's the LCM section?
It's at the beginning. It's a load LoRa before the animate diff. So just right after I load the checkpoint. Yeah.
Okay. So you're just loading a LoRa. It's an LCM LoRa. That's how it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just you load the LoRa.
When I was playing with it for like a hot second, it was a node. There was like an LCM node, but
oh yeah, that might have. Well, really quick, can you go to the K sampler and see if you can select the LCM sampler?
I don't think it's going to work because I don't have this LoRa. I'd have to download the LoRa.
Oh, right. Oh yeah, you gotta download that. But like,
sampler name LCM, yeah.
Yeah, so the one thing is like to get the LCM sampler, you have to be at the newest version of Comfy, which that's just going to the manager and updating.
It seems to have it on there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I think you're fine. I think all you got to do is just go and download the LCM LoRa. Let me try and find a link for you real quick.
Okay.
And then we could just like play around with it. If you have like a quick like video, and we could just frame cap it at like 12 or something, and you could just see how that goes.
Do I have a quick video? That's a good question.
Where is I should add this up. You know what I'll do? I'll go to Nerdy Rodent's tutorial and grab it from his I think it's in his caption.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really crazy seeing how like much faster everything's getting with the renders and how that's giving us these new.
One of the Deforum videos that I made this morning.
Oh, that would be funny, right?
Should I LCM a Deforum video?
Yeah, I think if you try a style change, that could be a thing.
Yeah, let's try it.
And then we could crash the worlds together. LCM collection. Okay, so I'm gonna send you a link for where's Discord here? So I just sent you a link for the SD 1.5 model. So when that's downloaded, it's 135 megs, so it's not too bad. When you download it, I would rename it to like, LoRa LCM SD15, because for some reason the SDXL and the SD15 have the same PyTorch LoRa weights.
Where do I put it?
Oh, the thing. Just wherever you have your other LoRas.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I download it? I don't understand. Files and versions.
Yeah, and so it's not really well named. It's that PyTorch LoRa weights.
Okay.
And I would just I would just add like an SD15, because if you download the SDXL, it's the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Desktop models, LoRa's, and then SD, LCM. I thought you were doing this with Hotshot, LCM 1.5.
I was, but I wanted to do that entire Blackpink video, and Hotshot, is on SDXL, or at least what I was doing.
Right.
So I was like, let me not. Well, because it's funny. I was talking to Pers, and I have a 4090 on my laptop, but it's only 16 gigs of VRAM. It's not like the full 24.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was hitting this hard wall with Animate Diff where it wouldn't render over 90 frames. It would suddenly be like, oh, I need 15 more gigs of VRAM. And I was like, but why? And so I was trying to troubleshoot that. And then I kind of stumbled on the LCM LoRa's in researching all this real-time kind of stuff coming out. And then so I was like, oh, is this going to work with Animate Diff? So I just threw it in there. And it was just like giving me like 2-second frame renders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, that it would help with the Hotshot, though, because it would make it faster.
It does work. It does work with Hotshot, so I tried it. I just switched over to Animate Diff for the long video, so I could keep it at like 512, like that low resolution. But I think the next thing I'm going to post is I'm sure someone else will try it with Hotshot, but I think I'm going to try. So the next things I'm going to try are Hotshot, so that I can run the LCM LoRa's through SDXL, and I'm also going to see adding the refiner, because I haven't done that yet. Like using the refiner with the LCM LoRa's.
SDXL. The SDXL refiner uses so much RAM.
Yeah. Well, I asked a DM nerdy wrote him about it, and he said he's not really using the refiner. He's just more doing like high res stuff, high res fix. So I'm gonna try that, but I'm gonna try both, sort of see what happens, because yeah, I'd be really curious if the refiner is gonna be the slower part of it, but if it helps to like increase the quality, and I just give it like a 2-hour render or something like that, it'll be really interesting for more high end projects. Because I think this unlocks. Oh, what's that?
I'm trying to find a video.
Oh, okay. You're not happy with your Deforum?
I mean, it's fine. It's just like I don't think it will really showcase what the tool can do.
Gotcha. Maybe you want to just you grab something from Pexels real quick.
That's what I'm on, Pexels, yeah.
Okay, great, yeah. And I guess the other thing is just load whatever checkpoint you have. I was just using the Cardos 20 because that was sort of the checkpoint that are in all the anime diff examples.
Should we just do a sea turtle? That sea turtle is boring as fuck. Give me like a more interesting sea turtle. A little squirrel? Squirrel!
Well, let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, it's not uploading. Okay, let's download this little squirrel. Desktop. Save. Okay, so we're going to go over here. I'm going to upload my little squirrel. He's so cute. It's just a little squirrel. Just eating stuff. See, there he is. He's just eating some stuff. I don't know how well this is gonna go because the video is not really moving. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, really, it's just whatever it does. It's just fast when it does it.
Okay, and we'll pick this one, and then we're gonna make it say anime illustration. We'll still see. We'll just keep it as a K-pop and see what happens.
K-pop scroll. I hope this works.
What's happening here? Control.
Oh, that's weird.
Uncanny. Mine might just be names different. There we go.
There's also a Zoe above that.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It needs this one too. This is the depth. Close.
Is it? I think it's a Zoe.
Midas. Map. Errors occurred when executing the Zoe depth map.
Yeah. So do you have a Zoe depth?
Nope.
Well, so it's a Zoe preprocessor. You could just change that to a Midas one.
I don't have any of those things.
Well, the depth is probably referenced to Midas.
That's what I was thinking. I put it.
Yeah, but the preprocessor isn't Midas. It's Zoe.
This one is?
No. If you go up and to the left, it's a Zoe depth map. Yeah,
thank you.
I kept running into those random, like, using the wrong preprocessor with the wrong thing.
Probably this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Image.
Oh, you should probably pull the Midas image. Yeah.
Okay, let's try this.
Hopefully that goes through. Looks like it's doing its thing.
Yeah, but it might not be as good. Okay, so let's see. So
that's true. Yeah, I guess you just didn't download a Zoe depth control net.
I guess not. I don't know. There's so many things. It's like.
Oh, no, that went through.
Okay.
It is funny that I'm slowly getting more used to comfy UI.
Oh yeah, I mean you pseudo get used to it. I think the only thing that I'm not as angry with it as I used to be.
Yeah.
So every time I try to do something new, like where is it? Where's it? Where is it?
Where's the processing? Is it still in the?
It doesn't look like it's processing at all anymore. It says it's
What?
done.
Huh, that's weird. Wonder where it stopped.
This is like where I get annoyed. Okay, so I'm getting
there.
Thing
The
here.
load LoRa.
Oh,
Did you?
duh, because I didn't.
Did you put it in your LoRa folder? Or refresh it?
I did.
There it is. Yeah. LCM LoRa.
Yeah. Okay. Keep prompt. Is tracking things down. Okay, here it goes. So
Ready
we're gonna
for these
really see
K-pop
how
squirrels?
fast it is.
How many frames do you think that? Oh, it was like what, 4 seconds or something?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Oh no.
Origin maximum batch area.
Origin maximum batch area. Why don't you go back and frame cap the thing at 12 just for now, so that we know it's like 12 frames going in. So just frame cap 12, and let's just see if that helps anything.
I mean, shouldn't have said I wasn't mad at Comfy anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Origin batch. Maybe I need to maybe it needs to be updated. I don't know. I could just try that. Whoa! Yeah. This is a whole new.
Yeah, I just did update all, and I just like updated everything. Yeah. Let me think, where else could it be? Because usually when I had crashes like that, it was something wrong with like the control net, like I was using the wrong model.
Look, they added so much stuff. I don't know what any of this stuff means. Yeah, it might be a model thing.
The other thing, did you download a Square video? Is that 512, 512?
Nope, it is not a Square video. Could that be the issue?
It might be. I'm not 100% sure, but
video.
Also, I don't remember if the workflow I gave you. Let me check if the workflow I gave you was Square. This is the heart of let's figure it out.
This is the heart of working with this stuff.
Let's see.
Pixels.
All right, so come in here. Yeah, so the workflow I gave you was 910 by 512, so there might be a resolution mismatch.
910 by 512.
So I think the safe thing would be to try and find a Square video. And just 512, 512 it.
How do you do that in pixels? It doesn't give me the option to pick the aspect ratio.
Let's see. You found the squirrel, right? So let's
I found the squirrel. It obviously does not matter. I don't think there's a lot of Square videos out there.
Yeah, you're
right. I might have to just like crop it.
Yeah, I wish I knew the nodes better because there's probably just one inside of Comfy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the squirrel video you have. Did it have a name?
It's not a great one anyway, so we could just use a different video.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay, I'll just download this one and then I'll just crop it in like Premiere Rush or something. I should just be showing my. Oh, okay. Comfy all extensions have been updated at latest version. Okay, so then do I have to?
Yeah, restarting it's probably safe.
Restart it.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I'll change how I'm sharing my screen too, because it's probably not very exciting for people to just be looking at. That okay. Okay, it's all updating. That's taking a hot second. I'll just go into Premiere Rush. Interesting, it opened it up, but okay, so now
Oh, Karen's on the splash screen of that. That's funny.
I know she is. Create a new project. Create. It's not a squirrel. I'm just going to make it a square. Okay, I'll share this. Export.
Oh, I thought that was a squirrel video. I was like, what the hell? What is that?
It would be great if the squirrel just showed up. Make it into like, a squirrel, though.
K-pop squirrel.
Okay. K-pop squirrel. Okay, though this is a squirrel video. Okay, so choose to upload. Okay, and then we'll just do.
And just change the
12. Okay.
Hopefully that helps. That weird crashing.
Fixed it. It's only going to get this part.
Yeah, that's fine. We just got to get it to work and not crash.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to work.
Oh, great. Okay. So I guess it was a resolution thing.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, so let's mess around. See what, and you could probably just release the frame cap.
Yeah, I'm going to release the frame cap. Okay.
So yeah, when I was figuring this out, I think it was just really about like using the frame cap to just like only have to deal with a couple frames at a time.
That's how I did it too when I was trying to do ours. Because back then that was even pre LCM, so it was like took 45 seconds to do 2 frames.
Yeah, and for anyone watching, a lot of the crash points are with control net, and when your preprocessor doesn't match the right control net, and you also have to make sure that you're using, if you're using SD 1.5, that everything is for SD 1.5, and then you got to just, like we did right here, make sure the resolution's right for your what you're loading into it, so you don't get the crazy crashes.
Morphic squirrel in a pink jumpsuit. It's been so long since I've prompted for. Okay. And then let's change my. Wow, I don't really have a lot of stuff on here anymore.
Should you tune her?
Oh, tune? Do I have tune?
Yeah, because she's already realistic, right?
Tune you.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing with LCM lore is if you don't already know, like the steps are usually between 4 and 8 steps.
Yeah.
And the config, you usually want to, you want to be between
very low.
Yeah, you want to be between 1 and 2. And the important thing to know about this is if you have your CFG at 1, it ignores your negative prompts. So you have to do 1 point something to start actually having the negative prompt influence things.
Okay.
And I'm usually between 1.5 and 1.9. Sometimes going up above 8 and above 2 will actually help you, but I feel it's better for trial and error depending on like what you're trying to actually get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it going through right now?
It is somewhere in this. It's up here. The depth. This is where it's going to be taking the most time.
Right. So like another thing too is I haven't messed around with the IP adapter on this yet. So I'm really curious like what that's going to do. And then like just mixing and matching all these.
Interesting. An IP adapter or doing something where it like removes the background.
Yeah, and then, because I know we were trying to do consistency, so I guess just having the speed will help us figure that out. But yeah, it just gives us more cycles to try and like find a solution to like the problems.
It's gonna try to make this whole thing. It's not showing me. I don't like when it doesn't show me.
Yeah, sometimes it'll take a second to like get started, but then it'll I'll head out.
I think it would be interesting maybe is to do like, oh look, here it goes.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't work either.
What are you thinking?
I was just thinking you could do like a video, like we could do the webcam video again, or do something where we're like taking out the background so it's just a character. But I don't know.
Yeah, because I think the use cases we have are maybe like the same face from one shot to another and background swapping, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny, it's unrelated to this, but I have like a product client that we're just kind of like trying to work out the workflow for like what's the best way to switch out the background. And
Yeah, because couldn't you just do like a remove the background and it's just a character? Well, I guess you couldn't actually, because it's going to try to influence the background. It's not going to just do it on like a black.
Well, what's funny is we had a product on like just a white sheet of paper, right? And we were trying to like turn it into like a blanket with like a winter scene, for like a holiday type of thing.
Yeah.
And what we figured out is if we mask out the product, Photoshop, just make it black with a mask and stuff like that. If you just feed the mask, like just say it's white with just the mask, like so just a black and white mask image. If you feed it into Stable Diffusion, with the LCM lures too, and you put like winter scene, it like makes like a whole winter scene around the object, and it'll add shadows and stuff like that. But the cool thing I found out was if you change the color, so let's say it's like the product is black and masked out, but you make the rest of it red or like green or blue, it'll turn the blanket that color. So I'm still figuring some stuff out, but it seems like there's at least some general color control for like the backgrounds when you swap them out. And messing around with the other control mess. So I think there's still a lot to play with.
The whole thing where all the backgrounds, no matter what, would just be like the same color. So it would have kind of like that blanket, like blue or something.
Yeah. And it'll give variations.
That could kind of give a consistency feel, even if it like wasn't necessarily super consistent.
Well, I guess that's maybe where you hope the canny control net is going to like give you some help, but I could still imagine like even the same product with a lot of canny lines on it, it could still kind of like change. Oh, did it go through?
It's almost.
It's still there, the frames, yeah. What was your prompt again?
I said anthropomorphic squirrel, so I put a squirrel into the prompt.
Yeah, but no, look, I mean, it's quick, and so like I'm curious about.
Oh, you know what though?
Yeah.
The frame rate's so low, that's why it's moving so slow.
That's
but
funny.
It's trying to make a little thing.
She's secretly an anamorph. That'll be a fun post, an anamorph post.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make a trailer.
I like what it's doing on the
jacket.
Jacket.
Yeah, I mean it's just wild because it's fast. I mean, how long is this thing? Like, I mean, this is a couple seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this would have taken like probably an hour or more. I mean, I think before I was rendering, it was like an hour per second.
Ugh.
Like when I was trying to do it for
Claire's contest,
I think we had I had a 6 second thing and I did it and it took like over 6 hours to render.
Yeah.
So this is like a lot better, but you're also like quality is kind of low.
Yeah, so for example, I think for my taste, the lines are a bit thick. So to kind of like, so one thing I'll do is reduce the steps. So right now it's at what, 6 or 8 steps? Yeah, so I would.
Less steps is better?
Yeah, I find when you go, and it depends on the model, like it's not going to always happen, but I find if you go to 4, and I think the minimum with LCM lures is 4. When you go under that, you start seeing like it's not like a finished image.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go to 4, see how that goes, and I would even try to maybe even reduce like the CFG scale, because you know how
I feel like
with the normal
scale is too high.
Yeah, like normally like the higher the CFG, the more contrast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could try like a 1.2 and like a 4 and just run that through. Like, and if you do it now, you already have the maps already rendered.
Yeah. It's
So it'll
doing it.
speed
I
pretty
didn't do
quick.
it quite low enough here.
Yeah. Oh, it's rendering it out. Yeah. But no, it's just like now we have these capabilities, and we just have to make
Yeah.
sure that the LCM lures kind of look okay. You know what I mean? Because I don't know yet exactly how different the LCM lures look compared. I mean, in Nerdy Rodent's video, if you watch it, he does do like the comparisons between an LCM
I
image and
haven't
like
watched that one. Maybe we should look at it. I
yeah,
also have not played with these
control nets.
control nets, so that could be causing some of the issue. And of course, my prompt is ridiculous. But
Yeah,
what's his thing?
Nerdy
If I
Rodent.
just go
Yeah,
to his
just on
Twitter,
YouTube.
will I find it?
Well, if you just go to his YouTube, it's the latest video he had, and it's like the 1 second SDXLs, or yeah, I think one second SDXL.
Ah.
I mean, also it's this video, and if you one of the chapters like more than halfway. Yeah, I guess even he has those two women, and so he explains like if the lower the steps, it makes the LCM lowers the woman on top, but if it's
Right.
at like 4 steps, it makes her younger for some reason. But if you push it up to like 8, it starts matching the age of the woman below. But I think it kind of just depends on the checkpoint you're using, and then there's so many other variables that like play into it. Because I've definitely seen on Twitter, there's some people who haven't had good experiences with LCM Lauras. I've had good experiences, and so have a couple of other people. So I think people are kind of divided on it.
I think I like it. I think I've liked it. I think it's just it's like not quite as it's just not quite as like clean, clear, crisp.
Yeah, and that's why I'm curious about the high res fix and the refiner to see if that can kind of like improve some aspects of it. And I was also playing around with Hotshot XL. I haven't done too much experiments with it, but like rendering it at the 1024 is definitely helpful, and it gives it like that higher quality.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of excited for to
Yeah,
test it with.
I mean, I'm probably
Hotshot.
gonna.
I haven't even played with Hotshot yet, just because I was like, I don't feel like waiting. Or I was just like, I don't think my computer is really gonna like take it.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks pretty similar. It didn't do the little animal at the beginning though.
Okay, yeah.
This stuff it's doing with the jacket though is really nice.
Yeah, and I think there's some other like parts of the process, like fixing the face could be a thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot
I
to
like
add to it.
this part when she like lifts it.
Yeah.
And like the way the fabric reacts there is like.
Yeah, and I think part of it is the combination of LCM with control net.
Yeah.
Particularly if you're using Zoe depth, because I think Zoe is kind of like the best depth map, it has the most detail.
Yeah.
And then messing around with the different kinds of lines. I think some kind of line control net mixed with the depth maps is a really like powerful combination for getting some accuracy with stuff.
Yeah.
Like with the Blackpink videos, I was really surprised how Anime Diff handled all the cuts. Like it was just like these really solid like cutting that was going on.
Let's just go ahead and go to your. Started trying to use Tweet Hunter this week, and gotta say,
Tweet Hunter.
Yeah.
And like K-pop videos have like tons of edits in them, but it's just like really clean from shot to shot. And I think it's just all the control net is really like making it able to do that.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so
it does a really good job.
yeah, I mean, I did definitely
lip sync.
I definitely. Oh yeah. Well, who was I talking to earlier? make it red. They were doing some experiments with. I think you were commenting on some of their stuff with the Big Lebowski.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and so they're looking into some stuff with the lip syncing. I think they're using open post face to kind of like lock that down.
Open post face, right.
Yeah, in combination with Canny and stuff, and I think
Yeah.
that might help. I haven't. Well, the stuff they sent me looked pretty good in terms of the lip sync. There wasn't audio with it. I mean, that was what was kind of interesting about this. It's just like, yeah, the lip syncing was off, but you could tell that the timing of like the dancing and the cuts were on point
Right.
to the music. So yeah, like I mean, it's kind of like okay, if I do an AI video in the future, like making a 5 minute video is now on the table. It's just like
100%.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like what's the
Well,
input?
what would be interesting to see is like how it would handle, and I think I saw somebody doing this actually. Gosh, help me. Let me be overly excited again about all of the things that I didn't get a chance to look at this week. This collage thing, I wanted to play with that.
Oh yeah.
This is the one, Blaine Brown. He's the guy who did it, who's doing this thing. It's local, and he's like using his iPad through Adobe Fresco and using
Oh, okay.
LCM. And
Yeah, the other guy was doing it with PlayStation 5
the thing
Dreams.
that I think about this is it looks clearer, so I'm not quite sure, or it just looks
Oh,
deeper than what like Krea is doing. But again, I can't really tell.
I wonder if it's something with resolution, having different
Yeah,
settings. Yeah, because obviously.
the reason why this excites me is because I want to be able to use my iPad, my iPen. Wow,
Because I would have.
look how realistic that looks.
Yeah. Because I imagine
I'm
Krea
gonna
has to
figure out
worry
how to
about.
do this too.
Wait, what? Do what?
This, whatever he's doing, because he's got it locally and he's using
Yeah,
his
yeah.
iPad, and that makes me excited. I don't know.
Well, you also probably could do stuff with layers and all this fun stuff.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Anyway, somebody was doing something with LCM, and I guess I didn't save it. But it was like using like really basic, like something like this. This isn't it, but something that was using like really basic 3D stuff. So like you wouldn't have to, it's not like you have to go out and film anything. And it's not like you have to like make your 3D characters whatever, but you can just like make like really blocked out 3D characters, just a pseudo blocked colored out background, do like your camera's rooms, and then you put it through the thing that like you did, and then it like basically creates it into an animation.
Yeah, I think I have some hotshot examples. Some of these were like before LCM, but like that's basically the same thing. I'll show you these real quick. Let me just get these into a folder so you can kind of see hotshot.
Yeah, it's always kind of cool to be able to find things that you can do that yourself, but the thing that's also cool about Krea is that like anyone can use it. You don't have to be like us who like decide to spend a lot of money on computers and
Yeah. What am I supposed to share here? I guess just the window. Oh, entire screen. That's what I'm trying to share. Okay, so I'll share that.
But I also haven't figured out is if with Krea or any of the other things, if you can prompt, if like you can say, I'm drawing right now is going to be this, but then the next thing I draw is going to be something different, like
Yeah.
before it seemed like there was only one, I could only do one prompt for the entire image.
Right. So this was just what was this? Oh, this is just Mixamo. So I just took a video of this is one of their default models that you put on one of the
Okay.
Mixamo things, and I just picked talking or something like that. Was it Mixamo? Well, something like Mixamo if it wasn't Mixamo, right? And so it's just this, just simple like
just having a conversation. It's
Yeah,
really,
she's like, get the hell out of here.
she's like, look, the zombies are coming. They're behind me right now, and you got to do something about it. No, I am not.
Crazy.
It's not okay. Oh, fine. You're just gonna leave. There, I did her.
See,
vocal.
that's already a challenge for us. We'll have to convert that whole dialogue into something.
Okay, I would love for us to make a movie where you create a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
And then just movements, and then we live record me just doing what their conversation is based on their movements.
Yeah.
And then you take that, you have the lip sync to it, and you change the vocals with whatever AI can change the voices, RCM or whatever the heck. And then we have a little movie, a little mini improv live
improv prompting.
Improv movie. Let's do it again. Give me another one. I'll come up.
Wait.
Give it to me.
Let me see which one was better. All right. Whoops. All right. I'll just.
I also have no idea where we're going with this. I figure you're actually doing something technical with this, but.
Yeah. So this is just Hotshot with control nets on something. And wait, so it was that same. What's that?
This isn't the original.
No, so the 3D thing I showed you before.
Can we look at them side by side?
Okay, how can I do that? Let me see.
Can you do 2 videos at the same time?
Yeah, you think I should be able to, right? But
yeah.
Okay, will they close? Okay, well, this is it's a little hacky, but let's see.
No, that's fine. That's perfect. I mean, yeah, you're not going to exactly be able to see it.
The frame rates are different because of how I rendered it. But yeah, so you can see this is the base, and this was me trying to turn it into more of like a photoreal thing with stick. This is with Hotshot XL.
Right. I mean, it does look like her face and stuff definitely looks pseudo more realistic.
Yeah, I mean the face will have to have some like fixing and maybe some deep faking on top of it to get that fixed.
The skin or just the color, the lighting, and coloring, everything. It obviously looks.
Yeah, and then
I like how her dress just decides to become.
Let me see if I can open.
In the middle of
damn it! I lost the original, but you can see. So then I did a bunch of.
I get the idea. Yeah, make it bigger. I can't. Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, let me. So this is a Hotshot thing, and this is just me running through different kind of like anime things. But the main thing is this is LCM and control nets, and
gotcha.
Show you another one. And so, you change the model, you change the steps, you change the CFG, you get different line weights, you get different like a treatment to it. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I think, an interesting time because I think we can just like make something, once we figure out like a good process for lip syncing. This one's kind of interesting. I used HED lines for the control net, and I had this like really thick outline around here.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like weird styles like that. That's a cool style.
Yeah, and so just the accidents of control net.
Yeah.
But like, there's just. Let me see if this one's something. Yeah, this one's a little better. But this was kind of like morphing and stuff like that. And yeah, so this is just showing you sort of like it can be used with Hotshot, the LCM and the control nets together. And the increased resolution definitely gives it something. And yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, sort of like what's becoming possible. And all we got to do is like fix the face and get some lip syncing in there. And like, we're not that far from a fairly clean, like this looks pretty clean. I mean, I was just thinking, let me make this larger. I was just reflecting on what I used to have to do, right? I had to just do like a batch render on an image sequence and then deflicker it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all
like
the deflickering stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still got some lighting stuff that like anime does, where it kind of like flies through the lighting, but that's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, well, here it's a little more stable, but yeah, you still have these fluctuations.
But also, it's like leaning into it a little bit, like make it like make a dream. It's like it's a little. So if some of the lighting is like kind of weird or like eerie or something, I don't know, but it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and I don't think I have the render for it, but I did a version where I said like red red top, red bottom, and then it made her hair red, but it turned it all red. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did it really? Because I was about to say it seems to be really stuck to colors, and I found that with all of my vid to vids, where it really like seems to be kept to the like
yeah,
original colors.
I think you can play with it. The only thing is like, and I'm sure you know this, like when you try to control the color of one thing, it controls like 7 of them,
Yeah.
all of a sudden her hands are red and you're like, what,
Yeah,
why would you do
yeah,
that?
exactly.
But yeah, I think, well, it's already 10:21. I think we got this covered. Do you have any questions on this? Or, because it seems like it's working for you and I think you got
It's definitely
enough.
working for me. I mean, I think the only thing I would want to know, like, I guess you can send me the hotshot one, maybe. I'd be
Well,
curious.
it's not that hard. All you have to do is convert everything to SPXL, and then let me see if
Yeah,
I
but
was
I forget
working
how
on.
to do it.
Yeah, so do you see my screen here? I'll
Yeah.
maximize this. Yeah, so so the big thing is first convert everything to SDXL, right? So the big things are your encoding, your text encoding has to be the SDXL nodes. Like you can't just
Right.
use the regular ones. And then obviously use SDXL checkpoints.
How do you
You
do
have
the
to,
SDXL? Is to just put SDXL in here and it.
yeah, you just type in SDXL and you see clip text encoder.
So
Oh, I didn't realize there was a special refiner one. Oh, I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, so the text nodes are special SDXL nodes, and the thing is because the SDXL node, like say you have the positive prompt, it actually uses 2 prompts, and I forget exactly what is it like the F and G prompt.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
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 yeah. So that's why it's different. I guess it has a different approach to
yeah.
combining that. And then you have to go into your control net and make sure you're not
All
using the
those are the
SD1 fun.
XDXL ones. Yeah.
Yeah, those have to be SDXL. And then you just go down to your animate diff, and then you would turn this into like this. I downloaded this, the HSXL temporal layers. So you'd use that. You could probably still get away with the animate diff stuff here. I don't actually know, but I would just throw it on the one that is for hotshot.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is because it's for GIF, its context window is 8. At least that's what I read. So you go from 16 to 8, and I've seen some people go down to the overlap of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's probably the one that's kind of like you have to remember to do those numbers, but everything else is kind of just flipping it to SDXL and then just flipping these to 8 hotshot stuff, and that's all it really is. The rest is kind of just the same. And if you have crashing, it's probably because you have a 1.5 control net or like
Yeah, yeah, or it's not the right thing.
yeah, or the context length is the wrong thing. But yeah, that's the basic thing. So that's the only thing, and just play around with that. And I think even though this is much faster to do like a full like post that's comparing the two would be quite exhaustive. And it seems more like a YouTube video that one of the YouTubers out there, like prompt
Will
news,
do.
maybe she'll cover it.
Yeah, yeah. She probably will.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? Have you talked to her? Should reach out to her for a show.
Yeah, I have not talked to her. I'm actually like I don't really know her. I've
Okay.
connected with her a bit, maybe through like some tweets and everything, but
Yeah, yeah.
not
I mean,
directly.
yeah. I've talked to her very briefly on Discord, and and months. This is like a long time ago. She's like, "Oh, we should do a collab," but I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, because I was telling her before, I was like, we should do a collab because she's so good with like creating
Yeah.
characters and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to create like a singing character. I want to know how to like lip sync a singing thing because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
working with Splash right now to train my voice because they're working on like a train your voice thing. So I like
Yeah.
sung a bunch and then it's going to train my voice and then I can have. I mean, I'm not a good singer, so it'll be interesting.
Well, I didn't keep up with all your tweets, so kind of maybe it's a good segue into sort of what's happening in AI audio land and your time at
Oh,
Splash.
do you guys want to know what's happening in AI audio land? So much. Well,
Yeah.
YouTube today. Did you hear what YouTube did?
I saw your post, but I didn't get into it. So, you might as well just talk about it. Did they
Sure,
just
I
come
can
out
talk
with a thing?
about it. I mean, it's not.
You can share your screen if you want.
I did. Um. Uh. 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 I posted so much shit today. Oh, we haven't talked about Deforum either. That's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, we could.
It's like a 2-second thing. Go to Deforum art.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
because we're on the topic.
SAG-AFTRA, that was exciting.
After what?
The SAG-AFTRA strike.
Oh, yeah.
Contract. They released their contract. They didn't
Right,
actually
I
release
did read that. Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah.
But since we're on the topic of audio, might as well just stick to it. So what's going on with YouTube?
I'm a chatty catty. I'll go everywhere. Yeah, actually, I don't know if this will show, and I don't, it's just that YouTube, it's kind of like when Adobe, so YouTube just released just go like Google it, I guess.
Yeah.
Their new some new AI tools that I guess they're currently working on.
It's not released yet. Is that the case?
No, they're released to like some
It's like in beta.
early adopters, right? So they have one that you can like I feel bad talking about it because it's like not my thing, but it has one where you can like basically, I guess I should play it. I don't know. I don't think the way I'm sharing it, you can hear it. So like all of this tech is like being worked on, like Splash, stable audio, every audio place that you probably use or whatever is like working on this kind of technology. But just like when my take on it is just like when Adobe dropped its stuff,
Yeah.
and it was like, I think it's good and it's bad, right? It's like, it's kind of crazy in one way because like all of these startups who have been working on this tech and like releasing it and stuff, and then someone big like Adobe comes along and is like, hey, look, you can generate in Adobe now too. And then everyone's like, well, why would I use this like startup thing when I'm already paying for Adobe and like I can now do it in Adobe, So it's like the same thing. It's like, so YouTube basically was like, hey, look, you can now generate music with YouTube now too.
Interesting.
So they have like these things called dream tracks where people can make songs using like, I guess these artists paired with them. And then they have
so like voice cloning, kind of like
yeah.
Cloning,
So
right?
you can make a song, and then by basically just saying like, make me a song about love by Charlie Puth, and it will, do a little thing about whatever. And then you can do this thing where you can like input audio and then do a prompt. So you could be like, beep bop ba doop boop bop bop boop boop ba doop boop boop boop, and then be like, make it a jazz saxophone, and it'll like make your little beep bop 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 into a jazz saxophone or whatever. So those are like the two things that they're working on. And it's like all gonna, I think on one side, as a big company like this, they can't just like release all this stuff. It'll probably take a long time before it gets people's hands. And all of this stuff is about, it's about to be released by a bunch of, smaller startups and stuff like that. So
yeah.
the same sort of technology will be being
I don't know why, but I'm a little surprised it's coming from YouTube.
It's interesting, right? Yeah.
I was expecting it to come from like just directly from one of the tech giants, like a Meta or something like that. You know what I mean?
YouTube is Google, so
yeah, that's true. But I was expecting it to come from Google. Yeah, just not through YouTube.
Basically, it's actually called Google's Lyria, but it's just being used. See, it's like Google DeepMind.
Yeah. I got you.
But it's just being used through. They were just like, oh, you can use YouTube would be a great place for this for content creators. I've been talking about this a lot since I started working in the space about like how I think one of the most interesting things about it is like content is like for content creators being able to create like a branded audio, because like right now, all you can do with your tutorials or whatever is like have like a shitty, it's not shitty, but it's just like the exact same sounding like tutorial background music that you purchase from like a stock music site or whatever, and everyone has it and it all sounds the same. And it's like, you're really relegated to like where you can use it. Like some of them you can't use here and some of them you can use here or whatever. Whereas like if you had, something like Splash or something like that, where you could go in and you could like train your own sound and it would be like extensively just yours, and it would be like on your brand and you could incorporate it in all your content. And it's like, I don't think we've had something like artists, like Billie Eilish and stuff like that. Like they have branded sound, but I don't think we've ever had like that trickle down to like the regular user or like just like the content creator, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, because of the skill gap, right, of actually putting all that stuff together before. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really interesting. That was the big news, I guess, in the AI music world was them dropping that. But there's going to be a lot of stuff.
But so your voice is getting trained. What's going on there?
I don't know. My voice is just getting trained. They're working on like a voice training thing. It's like it's not even in beta yet because it's like just within the company, but which I believe I can talk about. God, I hope so. Because one of them posted about it on Twitter already. So I think I'm okay. But, and you can do it anywhere. It's like RCM. It's like something you can kind of do if you're smart enough to figure out some GitHub stuff. But, sorry, I got distracted. But, so I just like sang for 10 minutes and then it'll train my voice. And then I can just like text to lyrics songs that would be like sung with my voice, which hopefully will be like betterized a little bit too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you that. Like, is it going to have like, is it going to be leveled? Is it going to be better than Omni or best?
They said that it will be. They said that it like makes it like it'll hit the right notes and stuff. So I was like, okay, because like the shit that I sent you was not hitting the right notes, and like
because I got a voice modulator, we could.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, should I like auto tune it before I send? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll go. So I'm actually not doing it. Someone's doing it for me because they're being very nice. Yeah, and then once I get it, I can like apply it. But it's cool too because then you could like sing in different languages and like I don't know. We'll see. It'll probably maybe next week. Whenever I get it, I can actually play with it.
Yeah.
What it is.
No, but that's so cool for like a songwriter. And not even just a songwriter for their own voice, but like if you're writing for someone else, you just mess around with lyrics in their voice and you just hear it like out of the gate.
I mean, it's like what Grimes did already, right? So like, people could go on and just write songs and then they would be sung in like her voice. And then was cool, I guess. For like songwriters who don't have the ability to, who either can't sing, so that, or they can't find somebody who can sing to like accompany them, or they have an idea in their head, but they like can't sing it, so they can't hear it. So it's like, then you can just have this voice to like basically like demo songs and stuff. And
I'm imagining a sci-fi story of someone who makes like an avatar that's just the best version of them that they can't sing, but their avatar can sing, and then like they become like, they create this thing that they start fangirling over, but it's really a version of them.
They become obsessed with themselves?
Yeah, because you think, I'm going to make it and I'm going to get some obsessed fan. Like, I think that story's been not like, you can imagine that, but like,
but you become your own obsessed fan.
Yeah, and then you're just
it's not an AI story. It's already happened.
Yeah. Well, I was watching a movie. I didn't finish it, but like it was a movie on Hulu about this world where they had like robot clones of each other, but it was like a comedy. right? And it was,
Oh, oh, oh,
yeah,
oh, oh, I know what movie you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but
yeah.
I know what you're
And
talking about.
I think it's like he sends his robot out to go on dates,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but then he just has the sex. So it's just like
Right, yeah.
this
But then
really
he
like,
finds out that the other one was doing the same thing, sort of. So like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
basically like their robot selves are like just hooking up
But
themselves or
yeah,
something like that.
but what I thought was crazy, because I think AI and, potentially robotics in the future, like there's so many like interesting like psychological things that might happen. Because what if you enter an open relationship with someone, right? But it's not that they date other people. It's just you can date the other versions of them that you have access to. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Where's
Like,
my
oh,
sexy self who always wants
yeah,
to or it's
like
like you have a clone of yourself. So well, I mean that's pretty much multiplicity, right?
I have to. Well, first of all, I have
You
to
have the clone of
rewatch that
yourself that
movie.
likes to work. You have the clone of yourself who's like a really good mom. You have the clone of yourself who's like the sexy one. So you're like, I'm just want to watch The Walking Dead. So go have sex with my like sexy clone self.
Yeah, and then could you imagine just the weird commune of selves that are like,
Yeah, that's multiplicity. Have you not seen that movie?
it's just, well, what's funny? It's like, when's the last time you saw her? Have you seen that recently?
I have seen that movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but have you seen it recently, like post AI?
No, I don't. Not post AI. No,
No,
but
so
it's
like,
pretty much exactly this, though, right?
well, the thing is I saw it a long time ago, so you think you remember it, right? But if you
Yeah,
watch it now, it's shocking because you're like,
yeah.
dude, we could make, well, minus like the high level of emotional intelligence that she
Mhm.
has. It's just like, wow, we could make this now, or like,
I
not
mean,
that
it
far
pseudo
from now.
already exists now. There are like,
Yeah, and I think,
yeah,
I was watching it with a friend recently. She'd actually never seen it, but
mhm.
her first time watching it is watching it post AI, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was interesting because it's, I don't know, it's weird to think of watching a movie that it's crossing the line of not being science fiction anymore.
Hmm.
And you're like, what do you mean? Like kids are, your kids are probably just gonna be like, oh, is this sci-fi? Isn't this just about a guy who fell in love with
Yeah,
his OS?
it's
That's like a
about our,
normal.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah. No, but we're gonna make the all Omni band. You're gonna
yeah. The
have
all only bands.
we'll have the goth Omni,
Um,
the Britney Spears Omni.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be all working out. So yeah, why don't we check out the forum? Like,
Oh yeah. Okay, let's
I
do that really quick. I
so how do I
asked him
get?
if it was okay if I screenshotted it, so I hope that it's okay if I stream it.
Is it just like a bot that
It's just a bot on Discord, baby.
so what do I Google this? The forum Discord bot, and I just go into the
Yeah, can you?
well, I'm going to deforum.art, join the beta Discord. Uh, oh man, how the hell? Uh, all right, let me figure.
So I'll just show my stuff. Oh, I can't.
Maybe I've already joined. What's the icon for them again? I think I might already have joined.
This
Oh,
little
there it
thing.
is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm in the Deforum Discord. So is it?
Oh, it
Oh, it's
doesn't
just in
work
the
the way
beta.
I want it to work.
Is it paid? I see beta.
No, you just got to sign up for it through
Do I
the
sign up on the Discord or through the website?
website, I think.
Okay.
So I can just kind of show. Particularly want to show like other people's stuff. Um, but yeah, you just can like go and make little like 17-second like little mini deforms. They don't have audio stuff yet or anything like that, but it's like pretty cool. I was trying to make something for All Systems Red for this post I was making this morning, so all of mine are like robot-esque. But they give you a bunch of different options. Yeah, they said I could screen record, so.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sign up right now, but I'm getting outsmarted by this CAPTCHA.
Probably. So yeah, just to give you a quick idea, it's just animate, and then you get like a prompt option. So you could do like a skull with pink teeth in the desert by a cactus. And then you get like prompt style, and that's 3D, digital art, enhance, all of these things, prompt
Yeah,
styles, basically very similar to the SDXL prompt styles.
right.
And then motion presets, and that's the kind of thing that I haven't really tested all of them yet because there's so many. You have like evolve, you have fly through, look around, move down, move in and out, move left, move right, revolve, scene change, circles,
Oh, okay.
like shapes and stuff.
Well, what are the shapes?
So the shapes, I'll kind of show you what happens to do what happens when you do that. And then you have like aspect ratio, so just like square. So and then it's going to take a while for this to run, but I can kind of show you over here. I did like a shape once. So the shape is basically like you can see that one. It's basically like it's using the QR. I think it's probably using like the QR whatever. So this is circle shape. So as you can see, it's like using spiral circles.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. And so Deforum is kind of like very a particular style, right? Am
Do
I?
you not know what Deforum is? You
I
never seen
do, but
Deforum?
I haven't used it a lot. So
Yeah, I mean, it was AI animation before AI animation was a thing. It was like the AI, it was like
yeah,
the beginning of AI animation. So it's not like it's not trained on video,
I see. Yeah.
it's basically like a keyframing kind of thing, I guess, where I mean, I'm probably a terrible person to explain this, but it's like basically,
Yeah, I know
it's
it's like the first like wave of AI animation, right? Deforum
yeah.
and warp diffusion and stuff like that.
Yes, and I mean it was pre-warp diffusion, is all that kind of stuff that you think of when you think of like AI animation is it. But it's just gotten like more crisp and more whatever, like
Yeah,
Underworld and stuff. They were doing it,
right,
but it's like
right.
that really weird
Yeah.
kind of like just super super cool, super weird. I mean, I've always loved it. I've always thought it was like just really cool stuff. And it's like not it's like I wouldn't say that it's like flickery or anything. It's just got this
No,
weird
it's
kind of
really cohesive. Yeah.
yeah, but
And
it's like
so like,
it's just building on itself basically.
oh, that one was really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of people were very excited for it being on Discord because I guess the idea is like the interface is easier.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, like when you try to use it on, weren't we trying to do? Remember that one day we tried to do it with Auto 1111? Like
Yeah.
I've done
No,
it. Like I used to do it in collab like a long time ago, but it's like just very complex. And like, of course, this was a glitch one I tried, like so it makes it more glitchy, which is interesting. This is like evolve
and
glitch.
well, and I think part of my understanding of the forum is sort of like it's kind of very focused on like prompt traveling, right? Like changing the prompt at specific
Part of it,
keyframes.
yeah. So they don't have a prompt travel here, and they also don't have another thing that's really cool about Deforum is you can do like video, you can do like audio reactiveness,
Okay,
which they don't have implemented in. This is just a very simple first draft, I guess, for them trying to make it easier for the just general public to use, you know.
well, the reactiveness was a big part of all the Peter Gabriel entries, wasn't it?
Sort of, yeah, part of it
Yeah,
was. Some
yeah,
of them did
yeah.
some reactiveness there. I mean, you can also, yeah, so like being able to prompt travel, change your prompt so it like kind of like moves it. All that stuff isn't in here yet. It's just you're just getting like a 17-second something basic kind of thing, but it's still like really cool. Uh,
Right. So
really
sort
excited.
of
My unfortunately my stuff is not a good.
So
It's
there's
not
sort
that
of
it doesn't show the best of it, but
because
yeah.
the prompt traveling isn't like officially integrated yet. A lot of it that we're seeing is sort of organic prompt traveling, right? Like it's
Oh
transforming on
yeah,
its
so it's
own.
just a single prompt. And what's nice too is it'll give you the details. So, I can see what I made, I can see the style, the preset, and it's like in a separate thing. You can also kind of see it being made, which is nice, and it gives you all of the separate keyframes. So as you can see, it's like basically just creating keyframes, right?
Wow. And all the it's funny looking at this. I just think of like way back in the day how everyone was prompting particular painters. I forget their names now, right? Like do you remember
Sometimes I
what
like
the
just going into the keyframes, but oh yeah, Greg Grotowski
Yeah,
or
yeah. So looking at this, like, because this is kind of like the stuff from back in the day, just much cleaner and high res,
yeah.
right? But yeah, like we used to put what ArtStation and painting by Greg
Yeah,
Rutowski.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's also
uh,
kind of fun is to go in and just like look at the keyframes. Like this is like really
no,
kind
that's
of
what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like that's so high quality, just right there,
Oh yeah.
right?
And
Yeah,
then it's like
yeah,
super weird. Like why is his little face here?
yeah, yeah. What is this? This is built on Stable Diffusion.
Yeah, so this is SDXL.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the form in it. And is that what the Discord version of it is running?
Yeah,
SDXL?
yeah. It's
Oh,
SDXL.
wow. Wow, these do look great.
They look
Wow.
really great just by themselves, right?
What's
This
the
is like
animation again?
super cool.
Could you play
This
the
one's
animation?
animation was, I think it was this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild that there's those high quality frames in that.
Yeah.
And there's all
So let's see where
the
they are. They must be down here at the bit. There it is. It was right there. It was right in that second. The
wow.
end.
That's pretty cool. Is your prompt done, or how long do these usually take? Like,
Oh, let's see. It usually takes a hot second.
really? And are these all like the same length, or is there like a control for that?
They're all the same length. Yeah.
Okay. And what is it again? 17 seconds, you said?
Yeah, it's about 17 seconds.
Wow, that's an interesting number.
So we can see it being made. So yeah, so it's being made. I said skull with pink teeth in the desert by a cactor. I didn't say cactus by accident. Oh,
Oh,
and
that looks like a cactus.
I chose the kaleidoscope shapes model. So it's making
Oh,
it super
like somewhat symmetrical.
yeah, it's breaking it
That's
down
cool.
into like crazy,
That's funky, man.
funky stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
This is your final video. Fun.
Whoa. That's a cactus if I've ever seen one.
That's a cactor. Look at it go. Look at it go. But how cool would this be if it was like, I'm just really excited because I'm like, oh, I guess they're actually 15 seconds. There's a little,
Well, because
but if that could become audio reactive.
yeah, actually, it was funny because what I was thinking was I would love to see some kind of depth map along with this,
Hmm.
and like just see some sort of like dimensionality to it. Like I've been thinking more and more just because I'm trying to like
There's
figure
a
out.
revolve option, and it
uh,
like revolves it that I think is more of like a depth 3D. I mean, it's still kind of like weird, but it's not quite.
Yeah, because I'm also trying to figure out a lot more stuff for VR, since I got the
Hmm.
Quest 3. And no, like even what you just made, it's just like, man, if I could make that a wall in VR that had like just
Yeah,
even a
that'd be
little
super
depth,
cool.
yeah, it would be super cool. And it's just like, I wonder if there's a way to like generate a
I
depth
think
map
you
of this stuff.
can generate. Does Luma have that? Luma Labs? I think you can maybe.
Oh man, I haven't even, there's too much stuff to research. Like I haven't been able to circle back to Gaussian splatting yet. Have you made
I
one
know,
yet?
right?
Have you made a Gaussian splat with
No, I
Luma at all
haven't. I
yet?
haven't made one.
Oh man. Well, this is kind of a dark story, but I'll tell it anyway. It's just like my friend's cat died recently,
Oh,
and but died in the sense that he was getting old and they had to put it
yeah.
down. but there was an official last day, right?
Yeah.
And they asked me to take just some photos. So I took some photos, and then, the deed was done. And then a couple days later, I saw someone on Twitter had taken a Gaussian splatting of their dog before they died. And then I was just so mad. I was like, fuck, I should have scanned that cat, you know?
My God.
And
That's like weird and creepy though. I don't know.
no. Well, okay. The context for what I'm saying though is the guy scanned his dog and it made him miss his dog. So it was more like the photos. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking, like, oh man, like I think that would have been an impactful way to remember the cat, to see it in like more of a three-dimensional way.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was going with it. Not like, oh, I need to scan like dead people or something like that. Um, but the ideas for dark Netflix comedies certainly start arising. A fun group of people scanning bodies for for families.
For families. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, that's like something that's happened. So wasn't that that was in some book I read somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Incidentally, have you had a chance to check out Remix at all yet?
I went on it for a hot second. I'm going to tell you, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I have trouble doing anything on my phone. I'm like an old person.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm just like,
You're telling
I'm
me
like, I
that. Yeah.
can't see it. I'm like, it just takes away the creative process for me. Cause like, I like having like my whole desktop. I can have my GPT, I can have my Photoshop, I can have all this stuff that like helps me think about it. And, you know, I don't have to be like going through tabs on my phone or like trying to like type with like my tiny little
I
finger.
got you. I got you. I will
Cause
say
I don't
though.
do the fast typing. I'm like, you know,
Oh, we got to turn that into a hot shot. You typing that way?
I
I'm
don't do
gonna.
it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna extract this clip and I'm
Great.
gonna I'm gonna hot shot it and I'll be like K-pop squirrel typing on Stone Tablet or some shit like that.
100%.
But no, you know what, I like a lot of things about it, but I think one thing that's really interesting is just for us in the space to go into a feed and it's only AI art.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
just so.
another thing is like,
Yeah.
I really want to be on it more. I just like want to make a desktop version. Because if I'm doing, because I was like thinking today, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to put all these Deforum things on there. And then I was like, no, I'm too lazy because
Mm.
I'd have to export them all out and then I'd have to like send them in an email to myself and then I'd have to download them on my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really sad that that's like too much work, but at the same time, I'm like, no, it's too much work. I'm not
Well,
going to do it.
you're right. I think one other thing that's I find interesting watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
was gonna
continue.
say the thing I find interesting watching my own behavior on the platform is because of the way the tools are built out. It's easy because you can re-roll. So you
Yeah.
generate an image and then you re-roll it or add variations. So it's kind of like Midjourney. But I
Yeah.
think the way the UX is set up, it's like you just see like these images stack up and you can like delete them and re-roll them and re-edit them.
Mm-hmm.
And it encourage well, at least for me, it encourages me to do posts with like 8 or 10 posts, like images together as like a concept. Not everyone's doing that.
That's
There's
kind
plenty
of
of
cool. Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes
there's
sense.
plenty of people, doing one thing. But like for example, if they have like, they're doing remixing, I mean that's a whole other conversation how interested I am in that concept by itself. But like you'll have an image of say like, I don't know, Godzilla going through a city, and then I'll be like, oh, but what would it look like from, someone's apartment, or what does it look like from a
Yeah.
helicopter? And then I start trying to build out like the world around the idea. And it's kind of easy to do because you're just re-rolling or you're going back and you're just adding bird's eye view or like,
Yeah.
ground
Yeah.
view. And then you get this like stack of like 8 images that are like different angles, different like perspectives, and you have a little storyboard like right
Yeah.
there. And it's just a
And
post.
we could be talking and looking at it at the same time right now if it was on
Ah,
desktop.
if it was on, I'm gonna figure out the fucking phone simulators or emulators or something.
They
Uh,
do actually exist and they're pretty easy. So I used to have one on it, but I removed it because my C space was was gone. I've lost so much of my
yeah, and I do want to just say one more thing about it. The remix fixer is so well because I think remix is a great example of like how it's innovating on the UX. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the technology is not fundamentally different in it, but it's just how they're putting everything together. So, for instance, like you can't really retweet, but you can only remix. So if you have a cool image, the only way for me to share it is to actually change the prompt or copy it or take something from it.
That's really interesting.
And something that was also interesting is it keeps a line of all the remixes. So if you like, I have a couple of posts on there that like have like a bunch of people that remixed it, and it's a weird feeling because there's sort of this initial idea like, oh, they're stealing, right? But you're like, no, but
But
that's
that's
the
the whole
only
point. Yeah.
yeah, it's the only way to share stuff is through
Yeah.
the remixing.
Yeah.
And so what's cool is if like, I did a post about it, but this guy had his image. I was like, oh, I took an idea from it and I turned it into something else. And then Chris, she remixed my thing, right? And then he put a
Yeah.
post like, oh my God, Coffee Vectors and Chris like remixed my thing. And
Aww.
and then it was such a new and I thought it was a great positive community thing because it's like you can
No,
watch how your
that's the thing
piece.
that makes me really excited about it, even though I love hearing about it, even though I don't
Yeah,
really like
yeah.
it.
No, but it's just a
Yeah,
good idea, I think, also for other platforms to like make it about, because the way I kind of thought about it is like you can see how your thing inspired a line of people, but then each of those people is adding unique things that might inspire you back,
yeah,
like for
100%.
example, like I had a post, actually I'll show it to you real quick. We can at least go to I think we could do this. Wait a minute. Is this even possible? Okay, so I guess I'll go to my Twitter and let me see because I post. Wow, that's intense.
What
Oh,
is
that's Matt. Because I post links to my stuff on. Oh yeah, like I made these sneakers recently. Let me
Oh,
see.
okay, that was from Remix. I saw those.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay, they definitely need a website so that we can
I
at least stream it.
know.
I'm gonna write another Discord. I've
I
been in
said
their
it. I
Discord.
said it to them once, and they were like, "No, it's not gonna happen." Or I don't remember what it was, but it was just like, they're small and they're just trying to do what they're trying to do right now. Maybe in the
Yeah.
future. I don't think it's like
Well,
top of their list,
yeah.
but
I don't think I post. Oh, okay. So these, right? So these were I made these on Remix, right?
oh, cool.
Yeah. So the thing is someone remixed this, and they instead of people watching the fire, like like for example, like this guy's watching the fire,
Yeah,
they replaced them all with cats,
nice.
and it was just like a completely different idea, but the same
Yeah,
idea. And I was like,
yeah.
oh wow, like the idea of animals watching a city
Well,
burning
that's the
down was
thing
just
that's too is like it's just you have to just dive into the feeling of a cooperative,
yeah.
like a cooperative creative experience. And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and I think it's a really interesting and perfect use case of AI because I don't know, like it's just really interesting. So, but those are really cool pictures. How do you type? How do you type?
Hey, you know what? If it's not your thing, I get it. Like
You
there's things
type on the phone. Is
What's
it
that?
available on iPad? I could do it on my iPad, maybe.
Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, I
Yeah.
would imagine
Maybe
it
I'll
is. Well,
look.
now I'm gonna check. Maybe that's the middle ground.
That might be the
Damn,
middle ground.
it's 10:59. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check it out right now. Um, but no, I'm gonna look into that because I would love to see you on it because I think it's just such a good
No.
experience, not just as a creator, but like for the community to like
Yeah.
just see that stream of AI art. Because the thing is like.
But you can only remix the images right now, right? You can't like remix the videos.
Yeah, you can't remix the videos. What's cool
Yeah.
though is they let you upload directly. I don't know how they've integrated it, but you can upload directly from your Midjourney feed. And so it's
Mhm.
just like I don't know how they have access to it. That's pretty cool.
I don't
Uh,
have a Midjourney feed because I am not on Midjourney anymore.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, don't you, well, anyway, yeah, but
Hot
it's,
take. Ah, this
but
is
it's
what I said to
also,
Midjourney.
but it's also interesting just because, um,
And then
they,
this is what I said to Dolly 3. Hi.
wait, are you big on Dolly 3 right now? Is that a thing?
I'm big on Dolly 3 right now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In ChatGPT. All right. It's 11 o'clock. We've had a productive night.
Yeah. We didn't throw a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, and hopefully nothing insane happens next week where sentient robots appear, and we have to have a stream about sentient robots.
It has been a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah.
crazy couple of weeks. It's been insane.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm getting slap happy. I gotta go.
Goodbye.
All right, that's lovely as always. Bye. Goodbye, everyone on Twitter. Goodbye, the few people on YouTube. And we will see you next week.